We're joined by Utah State head coach Jerry Finkbeiner and student athletes Devin Christensen and Jenna Johnson. Coach, can you just start with an opening statement?
Sure. This is a tough place to be in, obviously. Everybody puts a lot of time, emotion from August through March, long season on these girls and coaches, and a lot of emotion is at play. And I'm sure if we would have won the game, Idaho would probably be feeling the same way as we do right now, just very, very disappointed, very frustrated. And I just have to credit Idaho because just nothing really, we didn't have 6 cylinders, 5 cylinders, 8 cylinders. Our motor just wasn't running smoothly today. Just was not running smoothly. We couldn't turn the corner offensively and get easy shots. Defensively, we couldn't get holds when we needed it. The game is so close. At the end, Devin brought us back, obviously, and it was just so close. Then you can reflect back over 40 minutes, missed free throw, missed layup, maybe a missed call here or there, bad play by the coach. Just one little thing here or there, but there was lots of little things during the game. And so that's kind of the loser's approach that we wish we had 1 or 2 plays over. But bottom line is that Idaho beat us by 2 points, and they're moving on.
Questions?
This is for you, Jenna. The Idaho out-rebounded you guys by quite a bit, but you had 10 rebounds yourself. You were down there battling quite a bit. What was kind of the difference down there tonight as they were getting some of those rebounds, especially their offensive rebounds over you guys?
Well, I think rebounding definitely is a hard thing. It's a determination. If you want to rebound, you can rebound no matter what your size is. So personally, I didn't get any O boards. I just looked at that, but the D boards come and I box out, get my boards, but offensively, I can't give Idaho enough credit. They crashed the boards really well tonight, and we didn't get the box outs we needed, and definitely I give props to number 13, Allie Ford. She really attacked the O board. So,
Devin, if you would, just kind of comment about your game and what you did to bring the team back and give your team a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt space. I don't even know what it looked like, but I just felt space. So I was just trying to shoot and try to get things going for myself and get things going for, my team. And we started to fight back, so I'm proud of everybody for that. Franny had a huge rebound, and she made her free throw. She struggled with free throws all year long, but I'm proud of her because she stepped up and gave us a chance there at the end. And, I tried to do my part just like everybody tried to do their part. I was just fortunate to have some shots fall, I guess.
And then how frustrating. Every time you'd get within 3 or 4 or 5, they'd answer the other end. How difficult was that to see that?
Yeah, that's extremely frustrating, but that's what, a good game is all about, and a good team will do that to you when they're feeling it, and Idaho was feeling it tonight, and they wanted it, we wanted it, and they hit shots when they needed to, and we just needed a few more seconds there, and I think it would have been a different story, but they got what they needed to get, and they got out of here with a win.
And then, Coach, you got up, 6 or 7. They run off a huge run. What transpired during that little stretch for you?
Well, I looked at the stats, and 84-82, that's a lot of points. And I think probably Coach Idaho's side would agree with me. There's a lot of droughts in that 84-82 game, offensively and defensively. A lot of high-energy spurts where they scored a lot of points, possession by possession, a lot of high-energy possession or spurts by us. And it just, my opening remarks about, our engine, just we're misfiring all night long. I think 2 stats stand out for me is what Jenna mentioned is Allie Ford. She was on our radar, blocked the girl off. She's really a cleanup player type. She's not a go-to player, she's a cleanup player. And then Stacy Barr is a catch and shoot player. Don't let her shoot. And those 2 stats just will make me lose sleep tonight, is because they were on our chalkboard, and we gave those 2 stats up. Ford's offensive boards and Barr's 14 shot attempts. So that's what will cause a coach to lose sleep. But I look back, this team started 2-8 this year, and we've covered a lot of ground since 2-8. To end up 18-13, and I feel bad for the kids, obviously, because we're in the right place emotionally and mentally coming in today. It's just that Idaho had a lot to do with us not firing on all cylinders.
Coach, yesterday you were saying you were kind of hoping the high tempo could make them a little uncomfortable. Do you feel like they handled that a little bit better than you expected today?
Well, I think what happened, Kyle, is that in the first 12, 15 minutes, they shot a lot of threes. And we uncharacteristically shot a lot of threes. I think the game kind of molded their way. The tempo was fine with us. But I just think, I look at our shots, and we shot 33 threes and 66 shot attempts. That's way too high for us. We're about getting to the hoop more and finishing shots a little bit closer. Now, we shot a lot of threes at the end because we had to. But I thought, that question, how I react to it at halftime, is that we got caught up in their style. Their style's not up-tempo, but their style, to a certain degree, is live and die by the three. And the previous two games were just that way. They shot a lot of threes on us. So I thought we took some questionable shots without establishing an attack philosophy. We only shot 13 free throws for the game. That's really low for what we'd like to have. And so the question of tempo, it was good for us. Maybe could have gone a little faster. I don't know. But we didn't have a good shot selection when you look at the whole 40 minutes.
And the other thing I want to ask is, do you know what your postseason possibilities might be at this point? I know there's some time before that, but have you kind of gauged that already?
Well, I tell you, all we've been thinking is NCAA tournament, and so I haven't done a whole lot of research. I think you guys might be able to just kind of look into it, but I think if Seattle wins, us being the number 2 team, we get the automatic. So, rah Seattle. But we're not even going to talk hoops for the next 48 hours until this tournament's over with. We're tired, and we're emotionally drained. This is a tough loss tonight. So I do know one thing. The girls here listening to me talk, is the WIT is a fantastic experience. It really is, if you can win some games in postseason. So I'll look forward to it as a coach, but these two really have to help me. If we get the WNIT, these two really have to help me that we come back in a disciplined way, that the season's still there, and let's take advantage of it.
Jenna and Devin, Coach mentioned the kind of droughts throughout the game, even though it was high scoring, but despite that, second half, both teams shot blistering. What was going on out there offensively for both teams?
Well, I think being out there, both teams were feeling it. I think we were both on that edge. We wanted to get that lead, get that win. So we were both looking for that first-minute shot, first look. So Devin she had an excellent game in my opinion. She took the shot she needed, and she came through for us, and we just couldn't finish it. But I think both teams were looking for those shots that maybe weren't the best shots, but we wanted to get that edge for our team. So.
Yeah, I think both teams just kind of tasted it and were willing to leave it all on the table.
Devin, considering that what your goals were and just the situation of this game that was in, did you feel like you kind of that you wanted to take control of this, by taking those shots, or what was your kind of mindset?
Well, I got a few to go early on in the second half from the top of the three. And so I just was feeling pretty good, and I wanted to stay poised and make sure I was taking good shots and not forcing. I forced a few that I wish I could have back, but definitely I've never been one to shy away from pressure by any means, and so where I was feeling good and feeling like I was dialed in, I just wanted to take those shots that were there when I had space.
Coach, what did you draw up on that last play with 3.5 seconds left?
We drew up a play that we practiced since the very first day of practice. Execution wasn't quite there, but it was a play as the old Valpo, Bryce Drew, diving on the floor after the make. It's an exact play. And made a good pass. They had all 5 girls back. I'd love to have it again. I think it might have been there, but we didn't quite execute the sidelines on both sides. But that was it. It was the Valpo, Bryce Drew, Mississippi State, ESPN highlight. I was feeling it. I was visualizing it. It just didn't happen.
Last question.
Devin, can you just talk about, you had a great game with 37 points, but you went like over 20 minutes without scoring in the middle of the game. Was that basically their defense, or were you just not looking to score as much?
I planned it. I wanted to just get hot at the end. No, definitely not. I just, there's times like we talked about, there were streaks in the game. And so just one of those things where you get hot and cold, and I wasn't assertive enough when I needed to be. A little too late.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks, y'all.